Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They coming off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still second down.
No, 319! Right there, 56. Hey, let's get this. Watch the safety creep.
On second down, they'll run with White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go.
That second down play, that's a -4. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On second down now, it's Thompson, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2 times.
4 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
They'll run on first down. It's Thompson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title out of reach, we know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
So it's just a matter of adjusting now, isn't it? And what I mean by that is mentally. Every team starts the season thinking, let's go for the number 1 seed, right? Being the top team. Number 2 is pretty great, too, because you get the opening bye, and you're at home after that. But it doesn't matter at this point. Just getting in, and you just sit down and talk to your team. Would you rather go on the road and deal with someone, or would you rather stay at home for the playoffs? Let's go on the road and go take someone out.
On second and 12, Rodgers. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
What we got? Check.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Let's go!
Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's White. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
One of the tougher receivers in the NFL is Alshon Jeffrey, who over the last couple of years has battled through a shoulder injury and then had a cracked rib near the end of 2018, but didn't prevent him from still being a huge factor in their offense. Had a tough drop in the divisional playoffs against New Orleans last season, but oftentimes will catch the football and turn it into a big play.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he's got his tight end, Watson. Touchdown, Baltimore. Benjamin Watson. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Bud Dupree. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 6.
Guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Mike, number 53, Mike 53. Watch the screen, watch it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Complete to Hilton. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
56 is the mic. You ain't going nowhere.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got his tight end, Watson. Touchdown, Baltimore. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers as the Ravens push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Benjamin Watson. Touchdown, Ravens.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
319. You don't want to pick up the ball.
From the 27, Allen, and he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. A look now at the lineup defensively for the Ravens. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
Got trip, got 3. Don't let go.
Allen from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's got White here. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
At the 20-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Rodgers now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's White. White's got a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Steelers, nothing.
Set it! 319! Check 53's Mike. Bound to lose 1. Kill. Turn it up. 319.
Rodgers now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go with White on the counter. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The Ravens on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He hits White, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Michel on the counter. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll get that to Michel, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
First and 10 at the 3-yard line.
On first down, Rodgers. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
53 for Mike. I can't believe I let you play.
To throw is Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with White. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Brandon Dunn gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
It's like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. They fire this one quickly to Austin. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get excited. Let's go.
Still 1st down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To Thompson on the draw. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
The tackle made by Chase Ryan. A gain of a yard.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Allen, he's going to get this to Austin, complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got Lewis. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
The 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. Rodgers now 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Let's go, D.
3rd and less than a yard.
Here's Rodgers. Complete to Jason Witten. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Rodgers. And eventually Savagely taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Get him, boys.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A 48-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Watch twist, watch twist.
Got a man. That's Allison. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. A second quarter score from down in Houston. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
No chance. Look again.
On play action, now Rodgers. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Now Allen completes it to Austin. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Allen. And he slings one that's incomplete. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. 3rd down here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To Thompson on the screen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. An NFL update, second quarter now in Jacksonville. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. To the air, Allen. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run with Thompson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been terrific so far. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that's complete. It's Watson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Shaquille Barrett just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be a third and about 13.
It's a gain of 9.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Robinson's got it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can get it.
And they will run it with Michel. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Sony Michel, his 11th touchdown of the year. As the Ravens push further out in front. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture of the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going deep here for Parker. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They start the drive with White. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers caught by the tight end Watson. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. He finds Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
At the 11-yard line.
On second down, Michelle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Sony Michel, his second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Rosas now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Sony Michel's touchdown scamper that polished the drive off. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, here's Allen. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Switch up, switch up. Slayer.
They stay on the ground with White. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Again, it's Michel. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Going on the ground, it's White. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Opting to run again here with White. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kamale Correa in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's Allen. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Allen. He's got Thompson here. Complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Now, you can see they're in 2nd place in the division, but they have clinched postseason football. They have the best record among the wild card contenders, but you never really feel comfortable when you're down around that 5 or 6 slot, do you?
No, you don't. You figure you've got to close the deal. You've got to make sure you clinch that spot to make sure you keep your place in the tournament, in the playoffs. But the other part, too, is the coaching staff. All year they've talked about getting a high seed, clinching home field. Now that talk changes to, hey, we're in. That's all that matters. Let's go on the road and take care of business.
Now White. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Quick throw here to Hilton. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 39, Allen looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
57.
It's a gain of 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing. Go!
From midfield, here's Allen. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
First down, Steelers.
Check.
On first down, Allen. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Get ready.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts, and in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On the ground, this is Michelle. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Ravens, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.